Hi guys, it's Kino. Welcome to another video. So with the year 2020 coming to an end, it is time for us to see what the year 2021 has in store for you. And more specifically, today we're going to look at what happy changes are coming to you guys in the year of 2021. So what opportunities, what good news, what successful manifestations are going to be coming your way. And there are 4 readings for you guys to choose from today, and I've put little sparkly bows on each one of them to help you pick. So number 1 is this red bow. Number 2 is the silver bow. Number 3 is the gold bow, and number 4 is the green bow. So as always, take all the time you need to pick. You can pause the video if you need to. I'm gonna go ahead and get started with number 1. Hi number ones, so this reading is for those of you who are drawn to the red bow. Let's see what your 2021 has in store for you. So just before we get into these cards, I want to see what keywords come out for you. So I have this gift box and I put a bunch of keywords in that can show us what areas of your life you may be blessed in 2021. And I've never done this before on my channel, so I'm kind of excited, but let's see what came out. So the first word that we have for you is awakening. So you guys are going to be continuing and advancing on your spiritual journey in the year 2021. This word awakening, it makes me think of discovering who you truly are, discovering what no longer works for you, so what needs to be cleared away from your life, perhaps finding your passion and your purpose in this lifetime if you haven't already. This can even be discovering who in your life is an important soulmate and what the purpose of the connection is. So just a more heightened awareness in general of your spiritual journey and your purpose. So that's the first blessing that I see for you in 2021. Next that we have is passion. Yeah, so discovering your passion will likely have to do with this awakening. Even if you guys already have something that you're passionate about, I see maybe something new being awakened within you, something that you've never been so in love with, something that has never inspired you as much as this thing does. And it's going to change everything. Like all of a sudden you have this very clear vision of what you want to do with your life. And maybe that's why your soul was called to this bright red color, because this, to me, it has a lot of passion and creativity and inspiration sort of energy coming from it. So the next one is mental health. This is a really, really nice one. When I wrote this message, I was thinking particularly of the major stressors in your life being cleared away. I was thinking of anxiety being soothed. If any of you have been suffering from depression, this passion, this awakening, this new inspiration could really help to restore your energy and restore your hope for the future. So all in all, I see your mental health improving in the new year too. Marriage. Ooh, okay. So a lot of you may be with the person that you're going to marry already, or you will be meeting them in the year 2021. I don't know that everybody is going to be getting married next year, because that seems very bold for a general reading, but I think a lot of you might be meeting that person, or like I said, already with them and developing that relationship. If that really doesn't resonate, it could be that somebody in your life who is very important to you is getting married. There will be some theme of marriage in the new year. And finally, networking. Ooh, so as soon as you guys find your passion and you start pursuing this passion, very soon I see you guys, as this card says, networking and making connections of people who are like-minded to you and who can help you out in your journey. So as soon as you make the decision to pursue that path, the divine is going to come in and support you and bring the right people into your life, the people who have the right knowledge and expertise, who can, tell you what to do, what not to do, and give you a little what's the word? Jump start? A little booster on your journey. I don't know what I was trying to say there. Anyway, I hope you know what I mean. They're gonna help you. So that concludes your keywords. Now let's get into the cards. So what we're gonna look at here is the specific blessings that are coming to you. We're gonna look at what your lifestyle is generally like. We're gonna get some guidance for you for the coming year, and then we're going to look at a highlight of your 2021. So let's get right into it. First, we have the Knight of Cups, which is clarified by the Hierophant. Okay, so when I look at these two cards together, I do believe this is referring to one person coming into your life, because this is just a clarifier, so I think it's talking about the same person. And actually, I see how this can relate to marriage. I also see how it can relate to networking. So hear me out. It is a general reading and I will explain both scenarios. So for some of you, this is indicating a romantic partner coming in, as the Knight of Cups does often indicate a new relationship, a new romantic offering, somebody very sweet and caring and sensitive and nurturing coming into your life. And the Hierophant is often an indicator of commitments and marriage. So this matches really, really well for me. I think many of you watching this are going to be meeting someone who is really marriage material, somebody who is interested in you, who is not just interested in the idea of a relationship, but really, really cares for you and wants to be with you and is ready to demonstrate that and to commit to you. And this is really, really someone who you can see yourself with in the long-term future and possibly even forever. On the flip side, the other meaning that I'm interpreting from here, because what I was talking about with the networking, it reminds me a lot of the Hierophant, because the Hierophant can also be a teacher or a mentor of sorts. And if you see him here, he is like bestowing his wisdom, bestowing his knowledge upon these two people who are listening to him preach. So I think that you guys could be meeting somebody who, they may be around the same age as you, but I think that they have a lot more experience when it comes to the field or the goals that you are interested in within your business, your professional journey. And they're going to be able to educate you a lot on the business and what's going to make you successful. They may share some tips and tricks with you out of their own experience. Basically, they're giving you a bit of a shortcut because they've been through all of this trial and error before. They've learned the hard way, and they're going to teach you the easy way, what the key to your success is. And when it comes to the Knight of Cups, some of you guys may know when there is a Cups court card within a career situation, I often interpret it as somebody who is helping you, not because they have to, not because they're going to get something out of it, but just because they really like you and really care about you. So even if this is like your mentor, first and foremost, they are going to be a really dear friend to you, and they're really going to go out of their way to help you succeed, even though it may not necessarily directly benefit them. They just, they see themselves in you. They see that passion and that light in your eyes when you're talking about all the things that you want to do. And if they can help you succeed in any way, that's going to make them really, really happy. So for some, this is a new romantic partner who is marriage material. For others, this is a very dear friend who ends up being a mentor for you in your goals. And for others, this could actually be both. So this could be a romantic partner who has the same passion as you, who helps you with networking, and who has all of the know-how that you need to succeed. So whatever form this person may take, this is an amazing blessing to start the reading off with. So let's look at what we have next. We have the Magician, clarified by the Star. Oh my gosh, this is so exciting. These are like two of my favorite cards in the whole deck. I even have the freaking Magician tattooed on my arm. So this to me is heavily indicating powerful manifestations and dreams coming true. So this Star is a very big dream that is very close to your heart. I often say it's like this dream that it seems too good to be true, and you don't even know if it's ever going to come true, but you like to hope that someday, somehow it would, and you always keep it very dear to your heart. It keeps you going when you're feeling down. It gives you that glimmer of hope. So the next blessing that I see for you guys in 2021 is that this dream that has seemed so distant and so intangible, you're going to finally be able to put this into action. So this may be some information coming to you in the new year that tells you how to go about making this dream come true. This could be, you know, something that has been delayed is finally getting put into action. It's like you have clarity of what the first step is and what you can practically do to make this happen. Whereas before, maybe you had no idea where to start, you had no idea what the right path was, or if you even could take action, and this is all becoming clear to you. So finally, for once, that's like, that specific phrasing is coming to my mind, like for once. For once, you guys finally feel like when it comes to this dream, you are holding the wand. It is not some higher power that is holding the wand and may swish their wand and grant you this dream if you are lucky, if you have done everything right. Finally, you feel like you're in control because you have the knowledge, you have the information, you have the steps laid out in front of you. And it's like, oh my gosh, I can actually take actions to make this real. So you guys are going to be so freaking excited, whatever this is in the new year. But when it comes to the star, this is a very, very, very important dream for you. And I wonder if these two are related in some way. Like, you're sitting over here with your star, like, I have this huge dream, but I don't know how to make it happen. I don't even know where to start. And the Knight of Cups comes in like, behold, I know all of the solutions. I know all of the answers to your problems. First, you do this, step 1, 2, 3, you go here and you make it happen. And they just lay it all out for you. They explain it all to you. That might actually make a lot of sense if these two are related, because the Hierophant was about you getting some very important information about how to make your dreams happen. So this is looking really, really great so far. Everything seems to be coming together. So let's take a look at the final tarot cards. There's a 5 of Swords, clarified by the 5 of Pentacles. So these are normally kind of like challenging cards. They're kind of tough energies. So this may be actually a little bit of a blessing in disguise. When it comes to the 5 of Swords, this is about inner conflict, confusion, things of that nature. So whatever this is referring to, when this blessing comes to you, I think for a lot of you, it's not actually going to feel like a blessing. It may feel like an inconvenience. It may feel like a loss, as we see with the 5 of Pentacles. You might think it's the opposite of a blessing when it first comes to you. But this card, it is about confusion. It's about not seeing the truth of the situation. So I think whatever this is, it is going to prove to be a blessing in the future. It's just a little bit difficult at first. And because this is clarified by the 5 of Pentacles, I'm thinking that there may be something that you need to spend money on in order to make this dream come true. So with the realization of this dream, there might be an unexpected expense or just a significant expense. So maybe there's some like equipment that you have to purchase to make this work. Maybe you have to get some training, you have to buy a course or something like that. And in reality, it's an investment, but I think in the moment you're gonna feel kind of annoyed by it and maybe a little bit nervous. Like, I don't know if I want to spend all this money because what if it doesn't work out? And these cards are telling you that this is an investment. So whatever you're putting in here, it's going to multiply and come back to you tenfold, 20-fold. You guys are getting this star. This is what is waiting for you in the new year. So I think this is a little bit of advice for you in the year 2021. If any of your dreams involve some sort of spending or some sort of significant investment, please don't feel like you are losing or that you're being inconvenienced or set back, because this is just a small amount compared to what is going to come back to you. And there will be a point in the future where this amount is like nothing to you. You can look back and say, oh my gosh, I can't believe I was worried about spending that. Now I have my thousands and thousands of dollars and I'm doing so well, and I'm so glad that I invested in that course, or I'm so glad I invested in that equipment, whatever it might be. this is a blessing in disguise. It may feel uncomfortable in the moment, but it's going to bring about some very, very positive change. You have 2 number 5s here. This is the number of change. All of this is going to help you and get closer and closer to that star. And I just noticed you even have the number 5 here with the Hierophant. So I think this can be a confirmation that this really is all about the same dream, the same pursuit, and everything coming together. So let's get into the oracle cards now. We're going to take a look at what your lifestyle is going to look like in the year 2021. So there's purity and subtlety. Purity and subtlety for your lifestyle. This makes me think of you living a very simple life, and actually what just came to my mind is living something of a minimalist life. So you're getting rid of all the clutter, maybe you're getting rid of a lot of things that you don't need, clearing your space, maybe getting a lot more conscious about how you spend your time, so not wasting your time with certain habits, getting into a very simple routine that is easy to follow. This could actually go really well with the mental health card. This could be a key component, you know, decluttering your space and decluttering your mind. You may even be, well, I don't know if decluttering is the right word here, but making some changes in your social circles. So maybe cutting off some relationships that are not really benefiting you, that are not really helping with your growth. Keeping your friend circle limited to a small, very close-knit, very authentic and supportive group. And also this word subtlety, this is making me think of like you minding your own business. So whatever this is that you're doing something huge, but I think you're kind of keeping it under wraps. So you're not going off and telling everybody what you're doing, because that can invite in a lot of jealousy, that can invite in a lot of unwanted opinions, unsolicited advice. It can let in people with their negativity, their bad intentions, you know, maybe people who don't wish you well or are just pessimistic in general. This I see you keeping to yourself or just to your small circle of friends who you know are going to support you and be there for you. So just to put it very bluntly, this is like screaming no more bullshit. Like there's no more bullshit in your life in 2021. You're like cutting off all of this excess baggage, all of this clutter, so you can be focused, so you can be at peace, you can minimize distractions, minimize stress, and just keep your eyes on the prize and stay focused and centered. So I love that for you. And let's take a look at these next oracle cards. This is going to be some guidance for you for the year 2021. So we have Aqua Aura Quartz and Pneumite. So Aqua Aura Quartz is like a general healing crystal. It's like a master healer, so to speak. And Pneumite is a grounding stone. So if I put these together, it looks like the guidance for you is that in this current moment, you guys might tend to worry and stress a lot about things that are not actually real. So for example, stressing about something that might happen, like a potential future that is not even really here, stressing about something that is hypothetical, all of these different potential scenarios when the reality is much more simple. You are right here, right now, and right here, right now, you're okay. So it's like your mind is kind of wandering off to all of these hypothetical possibilities. And what if this goes wrong? And what if I mess up in this way or that way? So the Pneumite is asking you to come back, center yourself, come back to the here and now. And then the Aqua Aura Quartz, had to check that. The Aqua Aura Quartz is asking you again to calm down. This is a very good stone for relieving stress, for relieving anxiety. It's very, very calming and soothing. So when I put their meanings together, I think as you bring yourself back to the present and you quit worrying about all of these realities that do not exist right now, you will feel so much calm. It will dramatically reduce any anxiety that you're experiencing. So all of this is really going back to the mental health. And it's so interesting how we're seeing like all of the cards are relating back to these ones. It's really cool that it's worked that way. But the more you start working on this passion and the more you keep expanding and taking your projects further and further, the more important this is going to be. Because if you're escalating and you're flying up into the air and you don't have that anchor of calm and peace of mind to ground you, you can really, really get stuck in your head. You can really burn yourself out. So prioritizing your mental health is going to be super important. Again, like, don't waste your time on these relationships that are not benefiting your growth. You guys may be giving a lot of your time to people, your time and energy, like feeling like you owe them to socialize and to help them out and to keep them company. But you really, really don't owe anybody your time and your energy. And I'm really feeling this advice for you guys to keep your circle small with people that you know really, really well, people that you can trust really, really well, and who you know are going to support you. I see you guys decluttering a lot of stuff so that you can really focus on this big project, on this big passion, and this very, very important relationship, whether it's the networking relationship, the marriage relationship, or both tied into one. This is where you want your focus to be, all of these wonderful things that are coming to you. So that brings us to the end of the reading. We have 3 more oracle cards. So I have one of each kind from this tea leaf deck. We have the regular tea leaf card, which is just a general message. We have the astral house, which is an area of your life. And we have months of the year, which is a month of the year. So this is going to show us the highlight of your 2021, something important to look out for. So we have clouds, temporary problems, career, and August. And oh my gosh, what's really, really cool is that the August card looks like this one, except the clouds are clearing away. So any problems with your career are going to be clearing away in the month of August. This might be related to these financial concerns or that worry that things aren't going to be successful. By the time you hit the month of August, you're going to feel very, very certain about your success. You're going to feel very secure, and you will very much be on your feet financially. So your financial situation is going to be really, really good come August. And any doubts that you had about this working out, about you being successful, they're going to be completely cleared away, and your career is going to skyrocket from then on. So I'm really, really excited for you guys. Thank you very, very much for letting me do this reading. I hope you have a wonderful rest of 2020 and an amazing 2021 too. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye! Hi number 2s, so this reading is for those of you who were drawn to the silver bow. Let's see what your 2021 has in store for you. So just before we get into the cards, I want to see what this gift box has for you. So I've just written some keywords in here, and we can see which areas of your life will be blessed in 2021. So first, we have music. Okay, so I wasn't thinking of any particular idea with music when I wrote it down. It was just something that came to my head, but this might be a sign for any of you guys who make music, who have been considering pursuing music as a career, or you're already in the process of doing that. This could be a really, really good year for your music. If that is not the case, this could show you discovering a new genre of music that you really, really like, maybe a new artist who really changes your life and becomes your favorite artist of all time. This could even be you guys, kindling a love for music and maybe picking up an instrument. Music, I think, will be a central theme in your 2021. So please take that message how it resonates for you. Then we have recognition. Wow. So any musicians out there who chose this reading, I think you guys will be really happy right now because you got music and recognition. And if we put those together, that's a pretty clear message of you receiving recognition for your music. So any of you guys out there who are musicians and you're trying to make a living and become successful out of that, people are going to start taking notice of what you're doing in 2021. People are going to start catching on, like, wow, this musician is pretty cool, and I see your following growing. Now, for those of you who are not musicians, I would say that these two are probably not related, and this would just be speaking to recognition in your career. So maybe your hard work is really being appreciated in this coming year. You may even receive something like a promotion, a raise, or a bonus because of it. And we can even take this recognition into your personal relationships. So you may find that people in your life that you care for, such as your family, your friends, your significant other, they're showing more appreciation and acknowledging more of everything that you do for them. So whatever this might be, however this might resonate for you, you guys are really, really going to feel valued and seen and appreciated for what you do in the world. Woo, okay. The next one that we have is creativity. So I think there's a lot of musicians, there's a lot of artists who chose this pile, okay? You guys are really getting into your creativity in the year 2021. Maybe you are picking up a new creative art just as a way to relax, have fun, and relieve stress. For others of you, it will be something more professional, but this message is coming out again, like your creativity is receiving recognition. For those of you who are not creatives, the word creativity, it can also be something like innovation, something like originality. So in your job, for example, you might come up with a very creative solution to a problem, like a very genius, a very genius solution that nobody else could have thought of because you had a more creative way of thinking and approaching the problem. And because of that, you will get recognition for it. Like, how did you come up with that? I love the way you think. You are so smart. You are so amazing. You guys are receiving all of the praise that you have been hoping for this year, regardless of what your career or what your talents are. And look at the next one, abundance. So your job well done is not only going to be recognized by praise, it's going to be recognized by material wealth. I'm smiling so much. This reading has gotten off to a wonderful start. You guys who chose the silver, you guys picked well, I have to say. Let's take a look at the last one. Communication. So there were a couple things that I thought of when I wrote this communication one. This could be you guys receiving communication from a very special someone in the new year, someone that you have really missed. This could be receiving some good news that you've been waiting for example, with a job, maybe an acceptance letter or something of this nature. On a more general note, what I thought for this message is that it denotes improved communication in your relationships. So I can even see how these two would go together, communication and recognition. Maybe you guys are going to be having really important heart-to-hearts with the people in your life about your need to feel more appreciated and more seen within the relationship, and that's going to lead to your partners or your friends, your family being more responsive to you and being more communicative, being more vocal about their appreciation for you. So that's really, really nice. And then just last, for those of you who are musicians, this communication, although I wasn't thinking of it when I wrote this card, but it does make me think of you spreading the message of your music and, you know, getting your talent out there so that people can see it. Something like, you know, media and the mass communication, it could be related to something like that. So anyway, I'm really, really excited to get into the cards for you guys. What we're going to take a look at first is specific blessings that are coming to you in 2021. We're also going to take a look at what your lifestyle will look like, get some guidance for you, and then finally we're going to look at a significant highlight of your 2021. So let's get right into it. So we'll start with the tarot first, which will tell us about your specific blessings. First, you have the Death card, followed by the King of Wands, or clarified by the King of Wands, I should say. So when the Death card comes up in a reading, this will generally have to do with you walking away from something that is not serving you anymore. You've sort of outgrown it and there's no more lessons to learn. And so you are why can I never think of a nicer metaphor than shedding your old skin? That sounds so disgusting. You are, you're like coming out of the cocoon as a beautiful butterfly. Let's say it like that. Oh my gosh. So yes, the death card denotes you walking away from something, and this is going to be really good news for those of you who want to be self-employed, who want to start your own business, because we have the King of Wands clarifying this. So you guys might be walking away from a boss. You might be walking away from a job that has stifled your creativity. You may be walking away from an environment where you had to, answer to other people. You had to take other people's orders and work towards their dreams. And I see you walking away from this and walking towards your own power. So gone are the days where you had to live by someone else's rules and you had to fit in a certain box, and now you are experiencing freedom. You can express yourself in any way you want. You can live however you want. You can set your own rules. You can set your own schedule and live in a way that is really, really authentic to you. I am getting the feeling that this will take place in a professional context for most people. So either walking away from a job to self-employment, or walking away from a very restrictive position to one that allows you a lot more freedom and a lot more executive power. But you're sort of embodying this king. So you are stepping into a lot more power and a lot more freedom. But this doesn't necessarily have to be about work. For some of you, I think this will be about walking away from a toxic relationship, whether that is romantic, a friend, a family member, whatever it might be for you guys. Again, please take it how it resonates because it is a general reading. But you might be in a dynamic with somebody who is, to put it simply, like bossy. In some way they feel like they are the boss of you, that they can tell you what to do, or that they know what's best for you. And that stifles your most authentic expression, and that takes away your freedom in some capacity. So this could be you walking away from a personal relationship of yours where the other person really made you feel like that. Maybe they were quite patronizing towards you. Sometimes they may have been kind of condescending, or just even straight up aggressive. Like they think that they can tell you how to live your life. So I do see you breaking free from that kind of relationship for those of you who may be in a sort of toxic dynamic like that right now. And then for the rest of you, as I said earlier, this will be you completing a cycle in your career that was no longer serving you, that was no longer contributing to your growth, and you're stepping into a position of more power, more independence, and you're allowed to be more creative and make more decisions for yourself. So either way, it looks really wonderful. There's a lot of growth happening here. And moving on to the next one, there's, ooh, woo, I love this reading. There's the Empress, which is clarified by the Six of Wands. Oh my God. The success you guys are coming into in this new year. You even had the abundance card that came out with your keywords. So, and it's really funny, like, I think I said the exact phrase or something to this effect in the beginning of the reading, that you're not only going to be recognized with praise and with people admiring and respecting you, but it's going to come with that monetary value, with that material wealth as well. And that is literally what I see depicted here with the Empress, clarified by the Six of Wands. So the Six of Wands indicates a major success for you, a very significant accomplishment. Again, I think this will have to do with your job, with what you do or what you want to do in the world. And the energy that I'm kind of getting from this accomplishment is like, maybe some of you weren't sure if you were actually going to be able to do it. So you went into it with the idea of like, okay, let's just go for it and see what happens. For example, you started a YouTube channel. I will just go with that example. And you thought like, okay, I'm going to try to get to 10,000 subscribers. I don't really know if that's ever going to happen, but let's see what happens. And you gave it your best effort, and it actually did happen. And you're kind of surprised, like, wow, I really did it. And you, as a result, have this boost of confidence. Like, I made that happen. This is a card of victory. This is a card of coming out on top. So whatever this accomplishment is, you're going to feel really, really good about yourselves and really surprised. And when I say surprised, I don't mean like, it's surprising that you did it. Like, you definitely deserve it and you definitely had the skills to make it happen. So maybe some of you were kind of, underestimating your skills, underestimating your power. And so you have this moment of, oh my gosh, I really made that happen when it does happen. And you're not the only one who is going to be impressed by this accomplishment. As you can see, there are many people following this person on the horse. So many people in your life are going to congratulate you. They're going to be really impressed by the results that you brought about. These will be people that you personally know and also people that you don't know. So it's almost as if you're making a bit of a name for yourself in whatever field that you're in. This is also a card that is related to popularity, fame, again, recognition. So there's a lot of signs of that all throughout this reading. And what's really, really cool is if we compare the image of the Death card to the image on the Six of Wands. Both of them are riding a horse, but this guy is dead. He's a literal skeleton. And this guy is happy and healthy. So whatever you guys left behind here, it really was time to let it die. And whatever you're doing now, it literally breathes life back into you. Like, you have renewed motivation, you're really happy to get to work and do what you're doing, and you just feel alive. You just feel so alive after letting go of this death energy. And then of course we see you becoming the Empress. So you guys are making a ton of money in 2021. The word luxury is coming to my mind, so you guys can start making purchases that you really want to make. No longer are your financial decisions based on what you can afford. You can buy whatever the heck you want. That is what the Empress is telling you. So you guys are really, really going to enjoy this material abundance. And some of you guys, I'm hearing like, you're going to be really moved by this because you can finally like treat your family and friends to certain things that you've always wanted to treat them to. And that's going to be kind of like an emotional thing. Like, you've always wanted to, splurge for your loved one and take them on this amazing experience. And this is going to be true for whatever stage you're at financially. So even if you're already doing pretty well financially, you're just going to be doing even better. And your lifestyle is going to upgrade that much more. So I'm really excited to look at the last one that we have. I'm sure it's going to be just as good. There's the Queen of Cups, clarified by the Sun. I totally forgot to mention, I'm trying to say at the beginning of readings whether or not I'm doing reversals, because sometimes I confuse people when I flip it over in the middle of the reading. I should have said that at the beginning. I'm very sorry, but yes, in this reading, I'm not doing reversals. So there's the Queen of Cups clarified by the Sun. This to me is talking about a relationship. I don't know if it's romantic in nature or a friendship, but it is somebody that you feel a very, very close soul bond with. You understand each other like no other. You can tell each other everything, and you can show each other all of yourself, the light and the dark and the in-between, everything. You're literally like sharing your souls with each other. That's the feeling that I'm getting with this connection. And with the Sun clarifying it, I think that this could either be a new soul connection that really allows you to let your inner child come out. And what that means is that you're just being your natural carefree self. You're not afraid of judgments. You're not afraid of, your other person thinking about you in any type of way. You're just completely free, completely cheerful and uninhibited and silly. So it will be that kind of connection. A soul bond that allows your inner child to come out, or this could be somebody returning from your childhood. So like a childhood friend reconnecting with you, and you guys start to rekindle your bond, and you find that you get along just as good as you did when you were kids, and nothing seems to have really changed. You're still really friendly and sweet with each other, and you can still laugh at your jokes. So it will be one or the other. But this is definitely a soulmate. This Queen of Cups, it came out in a soul family reading that I did once, and it gave me the vibe of a soul sibling, so like a soul brother, a soul sister, whatever it may be. And I quite like that definition, and I think that it applies here as well. This is a really, really familiar soul family member, and they're just going to bring, it sounds cheesy, but they're gonna bring so much laughter and so many smiles into your life. And this person has the special superpower of cheering you up no matter how sad you are. You could have had the worst day, everything went wrong, but as soon as you talk to this person, as soon as you hear their voice over the phone, or as soon as you see their face, you just light up on the inside and you cannot be sad anymore, because you're like, there you are, that's my best friend, and you just feel so happy and so blessed to have them. Yes, this is a best friend. It could be platonic, it could be a romantic partner who's your best friend, it doesn't matter. But how wonderful is that? Someone to share in your blessings and share in your abundance with. So that concludes the tarot cards, and let's get into your oracle cards now. We're going to see what your lifestyle will be like in 2021. So there's Unite with Gemini, and this is so cute, the two people holding hands. That is probably this Queen of Cups. And Loyalty. Aww. Yeah, I definitely think this is talking about your Queen of Cups connection. This person will be incredibly loyal to you. I think the most major change in your lifestyle is that maybe things that you once did alone, you're now going to be doing with this person. So of course, this is also a very major change, but when it comes to the more, day to day, the more mundane, the simpler parts of life, I think the only change there is that now you have this best friend to share moments with. And that's really, really nice, because it's like maybe now things feel very, like they're just normal. There's nothing special about them. Like watching a movie, cooking dinner, going for a walk. I mean, I love my alone time more than most people, I think. So I totally get that doing those things alone are great too, but they're not memorable, I guess, is what I want to say. You're not like, oh, I remember that time I watched the movie all by myself. Well, maybe you are. You know what? I should just stop talking. What I'm trying to say is that those casual moments that maybe weren't so memorable in your past because you did them alone and it was just uneventful, it was just normal, now they're going to become this wonderful, beautiful memory because you did them with your best friend. So maybe you are just cooking a meal or going out to eat with this person, but you'll remember it forever because you laughed so hard, or you had a really beautiful heart to heart. There's something really funny happened and it becomes an inside joke. They become memorable to you. They become more beautiful in the littlest things of your life. So, aw, that's so sweet. And I see you guys, you guys are joined together. In this Gemini image, you guys are like inseparable. And even on the loyalty constellation, this looks like, it's a straight line. It's like a beeline to me. So this person, this Queen of Cups, this is like the one that you go to whenever anything happens. You get really good news, you go tell the Queen of Cups. You get really bad news, you go tell the Queen of Cups. Something funny happens, you go tell the Queen of Cups. And this queen can be of any gender. I'm sure most of you know that, but I just wanted to say the queen can be any gender. It doesn't have to be a woman just because it's a queen. All right, so with the next oracle cards, we're going to get some guidance for you for the year 2021. We have Labradorite and Rhodonite. Okay. So Rhodonite is a crystal that I can never remember if this is what the crystal actually means or if I just attributed the meaning to it, but it makes me think that angels are with you. And yep, angels are with you. Look at this. These nails, I swear to God. 47, which adds up to 11, and 29, which adds up to 11. So not only is the Rhodonite telling you that angels are with you, but these numbers 1111 are also telling you that. If you guys ever see this number, 1111, or any variation of that, such as 47, 29, 38, 56. Any of these numbers add up to 11, and this is how your angels are going to tell you that they are there. Now, when it comes to Labradorite, this is a stone about transformation and change, but it's also grounding. So this is a good stone to have with us when we're going through uncertain transitions in our life, and we're trying to stay calm through it all, and we're trying to make sense of it. This is what it helps us do. So I think your angels are kind of telling you this is why they're there. Of course, this reading is about happy changes, but within the span of a year, of course, not every single change that happens to us is going to be a positive one. So there may be some kind of unpleasant or uncomfortable shifts that you're going through in 2021, or that you've already been going through in this year, 2020. Your angels are just coming through to give you a reminder that every single thing that happens to us, there is a lesson and there is a blessing within it. And it takes a little bit more time and effort to try to reflect on what that blessing and lesson might be when something sort of unfavorable happens. It takes zero effort to just be like, oh, this sucks. But if you take that extra time, you take that extra moment to sit with your angels, let them come through and show you the blessing that exists within this uncomfortable change, it's really going to help you embrace anything that comes your way. And that's what they want you to be able to do. So that's really it. That's so sweet. So we are getting into the final oracle cards of this reading. So there's 3 tea leaf oracle cards. This is just the regular tea leaf card. So this is a general message. This astral house is an area of your life, and this is a month of the year. So with these 3 cards, we're going to see what a major highlight of your 2021 is. So we have crib, birth or conception of a child, or enterprise. So given this Empress, given this abundance, I do think for a lot of you this will be the enterprise meaning, especially because we had this King of Wands, which to me is always favorable for business ventures, for becoming self-employed and this kind of thing. I think a lot of you might resonate with that message. Of course, this is a general reading, so there may be a few of you out there who can expect a child in the year 2021. If that's not something you want, definitely be careful. This can even just talk about a new baby coming into your family in general. So maybe a family member is having a baby, or a really close friend of yours is. That will resonate for some of you, I think. But for most, I think it's more of the enterprise meaning that we're seeing here. So you giving birth to a new idea or a new project that is going to bring you abundance. And then for the area of, for the area of your life, we have marriage. So definitely some of you guys out there, that disappointed sound, I'm sorry. It was because I spent so much time talking about it being the business meeting, and the cards were like, hold on a second. So there might actually be quite a few of you who are thinking about marriage and children, and perhaps meeting the person that you're going to marry and have children with. Maybe that is who this Queen of Cups is after all. I guess that message applies to more of you than I thought. And you guys could very well be receiving both. You could be meeting the person that you will marry and have your family with, as well as giving birth to a business venture. And then again, this could be talking about someone close to you, not necessarily you. So you may be attending a wedding in 2021, or someone really close to you, again, is getting married and having a baby. I'm trying to think of as many interpretations as possible because, of course, it is general. But finally, let's get to your month of the year. January, so like literally in a month from now, the very first month of 2021. And it could even be January right now when some of you guys are watching. So all of these blessings that we've talked about, they're kicking off right away. It looks like they are wasting no time. Of course, it's not like everything is going to fall into your lap in January, because that would be quite overwhelming, but you are definitely putting your foot in the door to all of this in January. Maybe you are meeting this person in January. Maybe you're leaving this death situation in January, and that's going to trigger all of the other blessings to slowly, why is tumble the word I thought of? Slowly tumble into your life after that. So, oh my gosh, this reading gave me so much joy. It gave me so much excitement. Thank you very, very much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful rest of 2020 and an amazing 2021 as well. Please take good care of yourself. Stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye. Hi number threes, so this reading is for those of you who are drawn to the gold bow. Let's see what your 2021 has in store for you. So just before we get into the cards, I want to take some messages for you from this gift box. So I've just put some keywords in here, and these will tell us what areas of your life you can be expecting blessings in. So we have 4 right here. And the first one that we have is higher self. So in the year 2021, you guys are either going to become acquainted with your higher self or get to know your higher self better. This means that you're going to remember who your soul is, what you came here to do, what your natural gifts and talents are, what your mission is on this earth. You may start to learn a little bit more about significant past lives that you've had and significant souls that you have shared those lives with, whether they are here with you incarnated or watching over you in the higher dimensions. You'll get to know more about yourself as a being greater than just your person that you currently are in this earth. So that's a really, really cool one to start with. And the next one, the next one is fame. So we escalated pretty quickly there. You guys are becoming quite popular with whatever you are doing. If you guys are currently involved with something that you are wanting to gain recognition, wanting to gain popularity in, this is a really, really good sign that that is coming to you. However, some of you may discover what this thing is that is going to bring you fame in the year 2021. So whatever you're doing, people are going to take notice. People are really going to like what you're doing. We also have clairaudience. So this next blessing is actually a spiritual gift that you are developing. Maybe this will come in around the same time as you start to get to know your higher self. What clairaudience means is that you can hear messages from the divine. You will either hear them spoken in your mind, or you may even be able to hear and recognize these messages from the outside world. I'm getting a message that some of you are already experiencing this, and it's only going to become more frequent and more accurate into the new year. So examples of hearing it from the outside world is like you could be listening to a song and a certain line really, really jumps out at you, and you just have this inner knowing that it's a message for you from your higher self, from a spirit guide, from a soulmate, whoever it may be. You may even hear this phrase spoken by somebody out there in the world, and your ears pick up on it right away because it contained a message that was also for you. So this gift can very much apply to the recognition of messages that are for you with things that you hear in the outside world, although it can also all happen within your mind. You may hear your higher self or a guide speaking to you very clearly in your mind. So you may get a lot of messages from your higher self about your higher self through this clairaudience, and maybe actually all 3 of them could be related if your higher self is trying to speak to you what your key is to fame, what your key is to success. For those of you who are already on this mission to fame, trying to make a name for yourself in the world, be on, well, it wouldn't be on the lookout, but keep your ears open, be listening for messages from your higher self, because they'll have some really valuable insights for you about how you can make this happen and what exactly those talents are that are within you that want to come out and be known to the world. So the final one that you It's another one! Clairsentience! I just got so excited. Yep, there's a lot of spiritual abilities blossoming in this reading. So you guys are gifted in clairaudience, you're also gifted in clairsentience. So this means that you have the ability to feel other people's emotions. This is a little bit different from being an empath, because an empath means that you will actually feel those emotions as if they are your own, whereas with clairsentience, you will actually have the ability to discern. This is actually an ability that I have, and for me it's kind of hard to explain, because it's like, yes, I feel the sadness and I recognize the sadness, but I don't feel sad myself. It's just like I'm allowing this sadness to occupy my body right now so that I can recognize it and identify the other person's emotion. It's kind of strange, and you will have like the physical reactions of having that emotion, but it's not the same as your own emotion. Does that make sense? It's actually quite a cool ability. So this can help you to know how people in your life are feeling. This can even help you to know how people who you haven't met are feeling. Any person of interest that you don't know or that you haven't met, you can tap into their emotions. You have the ability of accessing emotions. You may also receive messages from your spirit guides and from your angels coming through as, an overwhelming emotion that is trying to tell you something. So it really, really looks like you guys are developing spiritually in the new year, which is really awesome. That's going to make your life a lot more interesting, a lot more fulfilling. So let's get right into the cards now. So what we're going to look at with these cards is we're going to take a look more at the specific blessings coming to you. We're going to look at what your lifestyle will be like, get some guidance for you, and then we'll see what a major highlight of 2021 might be for you. And in this reading, I won't be reading reversals, so every card will be read in the upright position. So let's get right into it with the tarot. First, we have the Page of Wands, which is clarified by the Seven of Cups. Ooh, so the energy of the Page of Wands is very exciting, very enthusiastic, and it has this sort of curious energy to it, because we see the Page of Wands on the brink of a new exciting endeavor. So what I'm thinking this could mean for you is that you guys are discovering a new passion in the year 2021. You're discovering a new interest. I feel like you don't know much about this thing yet. So if you guys have already discovered something that you're really, really passionate about, it just may be that you've really only scratched the surface so far, and there is still a whole wide world of possibilities of what you could do with this career, or what you could do with this talent that you've become interested in. Because when it comes to the Seven of Cups, this is like such a wide array of possibilities, such a wide array of options before you. So what this is kind of looking like to me is some new exciting endeavor, some new exciting potential for your future. It's, what's the word? It something's your curiosity. It stirs up your curiosity. And so you don't know much about it, but you're really, really excited to find out. And once you start scratching the surface and really getting into it, you realize just how vast and just how diverse this field really, really is. Maybe you went into it thinking there was only one approach, or there was only one possible career that you could get out of it. But once you get to know this field better, you just realize how many possible paths there are, and it could be a little bit overwhelming at first, but I think the attitude to go into this with is not like, oh my gosh, there's so many different paths, which one do I choose, what if I choose the wrong one, but more of a kind of, I guess, childlike wonder, like almost like a kid in a candy store. Oh my gosh, look at all these choices. And you know what? You don't have to pick one in the beginning. If you want, you can dabble in all of them. For a while, you can be, as they say, like a jack of all trades and a master of none, while you get to know each and every different niche and every different discipline of this thing that you're interested in. And then maybe you'll find one that you've sort of taken a particular liking to, that you've gotten the hang of and become good at, and then you can choose to specialize in that and become a master of that. And that could even be some advice for you guys if you're thinking, I have to choose one right now and I have to go one way. Maybe your guides are saying to you to explore your options a little bit more, because there's still a lot about this field that you have yet to discover, and you could find some options that you really, really like. It's like, for example, if somebody was getting into divination and they thought that all there was is tarot, all you can do is tarot. But as they start to get into it more, they realize that there are oracle cards, there are Lenormand cards, there are playing cards, you can use runes, you can use charms. There's so many different ways to perform this act of divination, and they're all quite different and quite unique, and they have different messages to them, different symbolism. So it really is a whole wide world. And I think in the new year, either what you're currently involved with or passionate about, or this new endeavor that you will discover in the new year, it's going to surprise you by being so vast and so full of possibilities. And your message for 2021 is maybe don't commit to one just yet. Let yourself explore these options and really find what you naturally gravitate towards, as opposed to forcing yourself to pick one and make a decision right away. So the next cards that we have is the Page of Cups and the Seven of Swords. Okay, immediately the Page of Cups gave me a feeling of friends. This is going to be a blessing for you in the year 2021. You are going to be blessed with not one, but several new and very true friends. These are going to become like your group of best friends. And because he's holding the cup like this, you might actually meet these friends in the pursuit of whatever this may be for you. So if you guys are getting into spirituality, this will be a group of friends that you meet in the spiritual community. If you guys are going to school, these might be people in your class. You guys are studying the same thing. You guys will have this shared interest and similar talents, and you guys are going to get along so well. These will be a group of friends that, even though you haven't met them that much, you feel that many times, you feel so safe with them. You're able to have some really healing heart to hearts. And these friends are incredibly thoughtful and incredibly generous. And also, a word that's coming to my mind to describe them is that they're very gentle, and what they want for you the most is for you to prioritize yourself, take care of your mental health. They always want you to feel at peace. They never want you to feel, obligated to push yourself or force yourself or, go any sort of extra mile for them. They really just want you to take care and be gentle with yourself. That's a really strong message that is coming through for them. These are real friends. These are true friends who want nothing but the best for you. And so, as the clarifier of the Page of Cups, we have the Seven of Swords. And so what I'm thinking this can represent for you guys is, as you start to become closer to this friend group and you start to experience true unconditional love in the form of this beautiful and genuine friendship, you may start to realize by contrast that there are some friends in your life that are not so true, that are not so genuine. When they wish the best for you, when they say they have your back, maybe they don't really mean it, or they're not really delivering on that promise. So while these people, these friends, are very much a blessing in your life, they may trigger this sort of epiphany of, oh wow, this is how I deserve to be treated. This is what a friendship is meant to be like. And some of what I have experienced up until now in the friend department certainly does not resemble this. And maybe that's a little bit painful in the moment, because you look back on some past friendships, maybe even some past romantic relationships that you've had, and you look at how you were treated and you realize that that was not true love. Even though you may have believed it, even though the other person may have told you that they truly loved you, what they were in fact demonstrating through their actions, it just didn't add up. And I think that's something you might realize in hindsight. Again, that might be a little bit painful in the moment. But the blessing here is that you are safe now. You have found your soul family. You have found the people that truly love you and will always love you no matter what. And this will never happen to you again. You are safe. You're in good hands now. And you are so loved. Okay? You are so loved. So moving on to the final one, I just have to make a little bit more room here. There's the Five of Cups, which is clarified by Temperance. Five of Cups clarified by Temperance. Okay, so this blessing here, this is about someone or something that you really miss coming back to your life. I think for many people this will be a person, and I'm actually noticing how many cups there are on these cards as well. So they may be related in the same family as this Page of Cups friend group. Perhaps you guys are all part of the same soul group. So this could be a love interest that you have separated with and that you are longing to have back in your life. It could be a true friend that you really, really miss. But again, it doesn't have to be a person. This could also be an opportunity that you've missed in the past, something that you tried to make work and maybe there was a rejection or there was a failure. Things just didn't really pan out the way you wanted them to. And in this coming year, in 2021, it's coming back to you. So that opportunity or that relationship is making an entrance. What is it? Making a comeback into your life, presenting itself to you again and offering you another chance. So this could be the person that you've really, really missed coming back into your life and saying, I've missed you so much. I want to reconnect. I want to rekindle this relationship. Can we please give this another chance? This could be, for example, an opportunity that was lost or that got canceled in 2020, coming back in 2021 and saying things are back up and running now and we would love to have you here. So something that didn't really work out last year is coming back and it's bigger and it's better. So this is like a happy reunion, a happy reconciliation, another chance at getting everything that you've wanted. And with the message of Temperance, you know, this is a very spiritual card that teaches us about patience and divine timing, amongst many other things. But what I think it means as a clarifier to this Five of Cups is that when this opportunity comes back to you in 2021, it's all going to make sense. Why it couldn't have happened in 2020 and why, in fact, it was really better that it didn't happen then, and it's much better that it's happening now. And that's kind of how the Temperance usually works, I find. It's like this message to be patient, and you may not understand now, but it will all make sense in the end. And 2021 for you guys, it's the year that it all works out and that it all makes sense. Why you had to go through this loss or why things didn't work out last time. Because 2021 was the perfect timing. An example that just came to my mind is like somebody who last year they were planning to move for school or they were planning to study abroad and they were gonna, live in this new environment and make all these friends and they were so excited about it, but then it got canceled. And of course, that is heartbreaking. It feels like you've lost everything. But in the new year, when things are back up and running, now they're finally able to make that move that they wanted to make. And maybe now there is a different professor in the school who is like the best teacher ever and is going to change their life. Maybe they end up with a different roommate than they would have in 2020, and this roommate ends up being their best friend in the world and they stay friends forever. And had this happened earlier, they wouldn't have had those amazing experiences. And so when it comes through, you realize this is why it had to happen this year, because you're here and this blessing is here and this place is here for me to live in. Even though it may have been so sad in the moment this year, your angels were always looking out for you. Every delay or everything that fell through, it was always your angels looking out for you. And that realization that you make this year, it's really like a blessing that keeps on giving, because that's something that you can remember in the future when something unexpected happens, when something a little disappointing happens. You'll know, I recognize this, I remember this. When things like this happen, it's because something even better is going to happen later, and my angels are just looking out for me. I know that now. So this is a very spiritual realization as well. Okay, so let's get into the oracle cards now. These cards here are going to show us what your lifestyle will be like in the year 2021. So we have anger. That's kind of a strange one. And overcome. Okay, I'm glad a card like this came out after that. So we have anger and we have overcome. So it definitely looks like you guys are overcoming a lot of negative emotions this year. It may have to do with this clearing away of relationships that are not for your highest good. What's sort of coming through is like maybe you guys have reached a point where you feel that, being stressed frequently is normal. Being anxious or annoyed or frustrated frequently is normal. And getting angry with the people that you love frequently is normal. But once you meet the right people and you have this beautiful, loving, and harmonious relationship, you realize that being happy and feeling at peace for the majority of the time is not only normal, but it's something that you can and deserve to have. So your whole perspective of what relationships and what life is like with your regular mood is changing for the better. Now you're starting to see it as a given, as I should feel happy all the time. I should feel at peace all the time, or at least for the vast majority of the time. Also, with this message of overcoming anger, you guys may be forgiving a lot of things from the past, forgiving people who have hurt you in the past because they were hurt or because they didn't know any better, and not allowing those things to hurt you anymore. So you're letting go of any resentment, you're letting go of bitterness, and most importantly, you're letting go of any fears or any scars that those relationships left you with. So you're going through your day-to-day life now with an open heart, not with the fear that something is going to hurt you again. And I just got the message that a lot of you guys, it's like your hope in people is being restored, and your hope in the world is being restored. Maybe you guys over the years have accumulated a bit of not like a pessimistic attitude, well, maybe a little bit, but this feeling that people are inevitably going to hurt you and you can't expect much from people. And I think that's being dramatically changed in 2021 as you start to meet the right people. You're starting to realize that you can trust people, you can expect them to show up for you and treat you right. And this is going to become your norm. So whatever your attitude is at right now, I see it becoming like 10 times more optimistic. I see you having so much more faith in people and also expecting a lot better for yourself. So how this affects your lifestyle is that you're going through life now with an open heart, you're going through life with optimism and expecting the best to happen rather than, fearfully preparing yourself for something bad to happen. So it gives you a lot more freedom, I guess, and it makes you a lot more open to any experience, to any connection life has to offer you. Okay, so the next oracle cards here, these are going to be some guidance for you. We have Amethyst and Blue Lace Agate. Okay, there's a lot of stuff in this reading about you guys clearing away negative energy or being protected from negative energy. That's what the Amethyst is about. This is about clearing away and protecting you from negativity, while Blue Lace Agate is about soothing your emotions and about calming any anxieties. So going back a little bit to this idea that some of you may feel like being stressed or being frustrated is the norm, some of you guys may have labeled yourselves as anxious people. You're like, I'm just anxious, I just tend to worry, that's just how I am, I'm a very nervous person. And these cards are suggesting that this may not have so much to do with who you are at the core, but the energy you've been surrounding yourself with. Without realizing, I think that you guys have had quite a bit of negativity around you that impacts your mental state, but you've sort of adopted that negativity, I guess, and mistaken yourself for a negative person. And I don't think you guys are negative at all. I think you guys are brilliant. I think you guys have so much hope and optimism, but it maybe hasn't been nurtured as much as it should have been. A message that I'm getting for you guys for guidance is that there is no need for you to involve yourself or concern yourself so much with other people's problems. Of course, when we care about someone, we want to be there for them when they're going through something. But there's a fine line between helping someone out with a problem they're going through and entirely taking that problem on as our own problem and as our own burden. And I'm also getting a message for you that there is a fine line between someone coming to you and explaining a problem that they're going through and you choosing to help them, and someone coming to you with a problem because they already expect you to take it on and solve it, because one of them is more like a choice and the other is more like an obligation. And I think that up until now, you guys may have had some people in your life who make solving their problems like an obligation to you. Like they take you for granted in that sense. And you guys don't need to do that. It's one thing to care for people in your life and try to comfort them and try to offer a solution, but you should never feel like this is my burden to carry, this is my problem to solve. This is something that your guides want you to leave in 2020 so that you can experience the most happiness possible in 2021. All right, so getting into the final oracle cards now, there are 3 tea leaf oracle cards. This is just the regular tea leaf with a general message. This astral house is an area of your life, and this is a month of the year. So we're going to see what a major highlight might be for your 2021. So we have wind chimes, peace and harmony. I love to see that you guys are certainly cultivating a lot of harmonious and loving relationships in 2021. For the area of your life, we have love. So for you guys, this will be with friendships, and this may also be with romance. Interestingly, this is a 3rd pile, and all 3 so far have had love messages. So it looks like a lot of soulmates are coming into union next year. And for the month of the year, we have October. So look out for these beautiful relationships around this time, around the fall season. Or perhaps in the month of October, a romantic relationship could be reaching the next level of commitment. In any case, it looks like this is going to be a very significant month for love. And this peace and harmony, this will be felt throughout the entire year. You guys are in really, really wonderful hands with your soul family. So I'm going to end your reading there. Thank you very, very much for letting me read for you. I hope you have a wonderful rest of 2020 and an amazing 2021 as well. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye. Hi number 4s, so this reading is for those of you who were drawn to the green bow. Let's see what your 2021 has in store for you. So just before we get into the cards, we're going to see what is inside this gift box for you. So these are just some keywords that I've written down, and we're going to see what areas of your life will be blessed in 2021. So the first one that we have is career. Maybe you guys were drawn to this green color because there is some money coming in for you, some abundance coming your way. This is going to be a very prosperous year for you with new opportunities for growth, for developing your skills, and also for making some extra money. You guys could also start to make a bit more of a name for yourself in your career if that's something that is relevant to you. So people knowing who you are, developing a good reputation, developing a little bit of a following, if that makes sense for your career path. All in all, just a wonderful career year. Twin Flame is the next card that we have. So you guys who chose this reading, you may be on a twin flame journey. So this card could signify that you are recognizing who that is in 2021, that you are meeting them in the 3D, or even coming into union with them. I think that will depend what stage you're at right now as you're watching this reading. And I think in the year 2021, you're going to go one level up from wherever you are now. With the next card, there is talent. So I really like this card to come out with the career, because this means that whatever you're doing in your career, this is going to be something that allows you to utilize your natural talents. So whatever it is that you're doing, you're going to be really, really good at it. And this talent is going to be recognized. It's going to be celebrated. That's the word that's coming to my mind. Your talents are going to be celebrated. And of course, they are going to create abundance in your life. And this talent message, it can also match up with your twin flame. This can be a great way for you to recognize if you haven't already identified who your twin flame is, or maybe you're pretty sure but you just need a little bit of extra confirmation. You and your twin flame will share talents. So whatever your twin flame is really good at, you're really good at it too, and vice versa. And this may actually be something that you weren't aware of. You guys might know who your twin flame is and look at them and say, oh my gosh, they're so good at XYZ. I wish I was really good at that too. And the truth is that you are. You've just yet to, you have just yet to develop that talent. So let's look at your final message, status. That goes really, really well with career and talent. And it could even go with twin flame too. So let's take a minute to just unpack everything. This status, it's making me think a bit of what I was talking about earlier with the career, with you gaining a little bit of a better reputation, maybe a little bit of a following. So you guys could be experiencing an upgrade, so to speak, in your status in the year 2021. So more people know who you are, more people recognize your work and respect you. You could be gaining this upgrade in status from your talents, like we previously discussed, and your twin flame might also be somebody who shares this status. And that would be another thing to note if you're looking at your twin flame and thinking, oh my gosh, they have such a high status in this world, and how could I ever be in union with them? Well, you are meant to achieve this status too. So we're starting off on a really, really cool note. I'm so excited to see what other messages we uncover for you in these cards. So what we're going to cover in this reading is we're going to see more what specific blessings are coming to you in 2021. We're going to see what your lifestyle is like. We're going to get some guidance for you to navigate 2021. And then finally, we'll take a look at what a major highlight of the year might be. And in today's reading, I'm not going to be taking reversals, so all of the cards will be read in their upright position. So let's start off with your tarot and see what specific blessings are coming to you. So first we have the Hanged Man, which is clarified by the Fool. The Hanged Man clarified by the Fool. This is actually giving me similar energy to a message that came up in pile 3, and I think it makes sense because probably this has happened to a lot of people. With the Hanged Man, it seems like something very important in your life, something that you were really looking forward to, has been put on hold. So this could be an opportunity that you were supposed to receive in 2020 that didn't end up happening. Maybe it was suspended, or a project that you wanted to work on was either completely put on hold or it was just hindered in a very major way. You were sort of left hanging. You were left sitting still in this place when you wanted to be moving, but given the circumstances of 2020, it wasn't really possible for you to make these moves and make this progress. And some of you may be wondering if, this opportunity is gone for good, and these cards are saying absolutely not. In 2021, everything is going to get back to where it was. You're going to get back on your feet. This opportunity, if this is an opportunity, it's going to be waiting for you, ready for you to receive in 2021. And if this is a project or some endeavor that you wanted to start, the environment is going to be a lot more favorable in 2021, and you can get right to it. The energy of 2021 for you guys, it's going to feel very fresh and very exciting. So there may be a lot of new experiences that you're having, a lot of new lessons that you're learning. Whatever this may be, whether this is an opportunity that was going to be given to you or an endeavor that you were going to go after yourself, it seems like you're sort of learning it and picking it up as you go along. So you may be in a kind of unfamiliar field, in an unfamiliar environment, because that's sort of the energy of the Fool. Sometimes he can be a little bit, unexperienced, or still figuring things out, still finding his footing. So it may take a while for you to adjust to these new circumstances. And if this was something that you have done in previous years and it just got put on hold in 2020, when you get back to it in 2021, it may take you a little bit of time to adjust and to get your muscle memory. I don't know if that's the right word, but to get the hang of it again. That may take a little bit of time. So don't be too hard on yourself. Don't beat yourself up. You'll get the hang of it pretty quickly, I think. And if you can take this, unfamiliarity and this finding your way through it as like a new and exciting experience and keep a positive attitude, that's going to be really, really nice. There's no reason to stress or put pressure on yourself. We have all had things put on hold, and it's not fair to expect ourselves to just immediately snap back, you know? But this is going to be really, really exciting, whatever this is, and very significant because these are two major arcanas coming through. So this will probably have to do with, like, if I think of the major areas of our life, this might have to do with your career, your business, your education, or your living situation, like making a move, something like this. A totally new chapter starting in your life that maybe you were hoping started in 2020, but it's going to start in 2021. So just know that this didn't go anywhere. This new chapter is still waiting for you, and it's going to be just as exciting and just as amazing as you imagined. So your next blessing coming through here is the High Priestess and the Chariot. Okay, so with the High Priestess, you guys are developing a very, very strong relationship with your higher self and with your intuition. And this is huge because trusting our inner knowing, trusting our inner guidance is something that so many of us struggle with. It's like we don't know if we can trust what we really want and what we really believe, or if it's just wishful thinking. We don't know if we should listen to ourselves or listen to what people are saying on the outside. It really is a tough struggle. It's not easy to get this in touch with your intuition. So what I see for you guys in 2021 is you believing so wholeheartedly in what your inner voice tells you is best for you, in what your inner self tells you who you are, that nobody and nothing could tell you otherwise. You are so focused on the path before you, and nothing could deter you or make you think that you're wrong. Some of you guys might actually start weaning off tarot readings. Like, I don't know if you would stop watching them completely, but for example, maybe you guys watch a few every day, and in 2021 maybe you watch one like once a week because you just find that you don't need it anymore. Like, you don't need that external validation, or you don't need that external guidance so much anymore because your inner guidance is so accurate and so reliable. And while I will miss you very, very much if that's true, that really is amazing. I'm really, really happy for you guys because I think this is such a big struggle for so many people, including myself, honestly. And the fact that you guys are becoming such a master of your own world and so connected to your intuition, like, you cannot lose. Nobody can touch you anymore. Nobody can tell you anything. So with this comes so much security and so much confidence and so much power. So let's get into the Chariot that's clarifying this, because this is really, really interesting. And I'm actually going to talk about the Fool again. So we've seen that in 2021, you guys are starting a new chapter of your life that might feel a little bit unfamiliar. I feel like a lot of you guys might be starting like a totally new endeavor, like starting a new job, going to a new school, living in a new place, all of those examples we mentioned previously. And whatever this is, it's like you guys don't have that much prior knowledge of it, and you don't have that much experience in it. You just have a feeling that you want to do it. You just have this inexplicable passion. So for example, let's just give the example, you're really, really drawn to move to a certain country, and you don't really know anything about that country, you don't speak the language, but there's just something in your soul that is telling you, I want to go there. I want to go there and work there and make a life there. And you know, if you told this to some people, they might be like, are you okay? That's a very drastic move to make when you don't have that much prior knowledge and experience, but you cannot help it. This is what your soul is telling you to do. And so what's going to happen here that is really, really amazing, I just noticed that all 4 cards that came out so far are major arcana. So this is really, really significant. When you guys get to this new chapter, you are progressing light years ahead of what is normal. And nobody could have predicted that, because you're literally going into it like this fool. This fool is like, la tira tira, about to walk off a freaking cliff. Like, he doesn't know what he's doing. But your soul is like, yep, I know this. Your soul felt that familiarity right away. And you just advance like like a madman, like a speed demon. I'm really struggling with my words today, so I'm sorry if this reading becomes kind of like a mess, but I hope you know what I'm trying to say. Or let's say you are starting to learn tarot, for example, and you literally know nothing about tarot, but in a very short span you become an incredible reader, even though maybe you didn't traditionally study the proper meaning of the cards. Maybe you don't have that much background knowledge on the symbolism, but your soul knows it. So maybe this is something that you were really skilled in a past life. Maybe you did this certain career in a past life, or you lived in a certain country and spoke a certain language in a past life. So even though your person doesn't remember, your soul very much does. And because you honored your intuition when it was pulling you to this new thing, even though your logical mind may have been saying like, wait, what? Is this a good idea? I don't know what I'm gonna do there. You just listened to your soul and you went for it, and you're making insane progress. You're progressing faster and farther than what is typical. And maybe this is how you're gaining like your reputation and your status, because you're just skyrocketing to the top. And so this whole experience that you're having in 2021 is a huge testament to how accurate your intuition is, even when your logical mind can't explain it. If your soul is telling you that it wants to do something, you are safe in listening to that and going with that. And when you have your soul backing you in a certain endeavor, the results that can be brought about sort of defy our logic as humans. You know, our logic is that you have to spend a lot of time studying it, you have to take all this time to practice and try and fail and make mistakes and tweak things, but not you, because your soul is a natural. So the progress that you're going to make in 2021, I think, is even going to shock you. Like, how did I get this far and climb this high in 1 year? How did I do that? And it's because you had your soul behind the wheel. Your soul, who has so much knowledge from hundreds and hundreds of lifetimes. And your soul is very proud that they got through to your person to pursue this. This as well, this is going to be an important message for any of you who are resonating with this twin flame message, because there's a lot of stuff in the twin flame journey that is like that. Your soul coming through and telling you that you feel a certain way, you want a certain thing, being drawn to a certain place, being drawn to a certain area of study, a certain job, without really understanding why. And in those moments, that's not the time to sit there and analyze and try to talk yourself out of it. That's the moment to allow your soul to take the wheel of this chariot and go for it with all of your heart. That is what leads you to your twin. That is what leads you to your success. That is what leads you to your glory. And I just feel like your soul is so proud that you have this relationship with it, because a lot of people struggle to have this close of a relationship with their inner guidance. So this is really cool. Okay, so let's get into the final tarot cards. There's the Ten of Wands and the Two of Swords. Okay, there was another pile like this where two kind of challenging cards came out. Even though these are about blessings, it seems like you have a couple challenging cards here. And what this would suggest to me is that this is something of a blessing in disguise. At least that's the method of interpretation I went with in a previous pile, and it seemed to make sense. So if I think of the Ten of Wands and the Two of Swords as a blessing in disguise, well, first of all, this Ten of Wands, you can see this person is overworked. They have way too much on their plate. They have way too heavy of a burden on their hands. And when it comes to career, or when it comes to a project that you're involved with, I see this as you putting in a ton of work and not getting the compensation that you deserve. And when I say compensation, that can be money, that can be credit, that can be appreciation. And it's sort of this imbalance in your life where you're spending so much time draining yourself on this thing and maybe you don't even have time to rest. And what are you getting for it? Not much. And so when it comes to anything we're doing in life, there needs to be this fair balance of energy where what we're giving in is what we're getting out. Because if that's not the case, it doesn't really make sense to continue doing it. So where I'm going with this is that we have the Two of Swords clarifying here, and at some point in the year 2021, you guys may come to a fork in the road. You're experiencing a little bit of indecision with two paths. And it might be something like, should I keep doing this or should I let it go? Should I focus more of my energy on situation A or situation B? And actually, this doesn't even have to be about career. This could be about your personal relationships. This could be about activities or commitments that you're engaged in. This could be about habits. It can really be anything, but you'll be struggling with the decision of if you should hold on to something or let go of it, if you should go this way or that way, basically. And you'll have no idea at first. You will have no idea what you want to do. It's not going to really be clear to you or come to you intuitively what the right answer is. So, to help you find the right answer, your guides, and maybe even your higher self has a hand in this as well. Your guides and higher self are going to make the wrong answer very, very obvious to you. So they will start piling on the weight, adding more problems, adding more tiring situations, more setbacks, until even logically, so this is not even on an intuitive level, even just looking at it logically, you're like, it does not even make sense for me to continue this anymore. Okay, I don't know why I thought of this example, but let's say you have a little side job and you clean houses. You clean houses and it's pretty good money, but you don't enjoy it that much. And you're kind of wondering, should I keep doing this and save up some extra spending money, or is it not worth it and should I just quit? Your higher self wants you to quit, but your logical mind is saying, well, I don't want to inconvenience anybody if I tell them I'm quitting so suddenly. And, it's also good spending money, and maybe it makes sense for me to keep saving up my money right now. That's the responsible thing to do. And you're trying to sort of talk yourself into staying in this job that you don't really like. So your higher self is like, okay, I'm going to make this decision a lot easier for you. So maybe you start going in to clean that house and it's just getting progressively dirtier and harder to clean. And maybe the owner of that home starts making these really unreasonable demands for you. Like, can you clean inside the piano and dust every individual string? And can you clean my cat's litter box? And can you clean my feet? I don't know. They just start getting more and more ridiculous, to the point where it's not even like, I wonder what my higher self would want me to do. It's like, yeah, this is ridiculous. This makes no sense. I'm leaving. Like, I can't even justify this anymore, basically. Your higher self will make it so that you cannot even justify carrying this burden anymore. And so it's very, very easy to make this decision to let go. So that's kind of the blessing in disguise, which could be a little bit frustrating at first, but really it's your higher self trying to make things easy for you. So yes, there will be something, I think, that falls away in 2021 as you get more into this new exciting endeavor. Some other things are going to fall away, and that's okay. All right, so that concludes your tarot. So now let's take a look at some of your oracle cards. These two here are going to tell us more about your lifestyle in 2021. So we have optimism and support. I love that. And I'm noticing that this constellation here is Pleiades. I just want to say that in case it resonates with any of you guys, whether you resonate with Pleiades itself or just the idea of star seeds in general. Maybe you feel that you are a star seed. I just wanted to point that out. I haven't been pointing out the names of the constellations up until now, but that just jumped out at me. So I have to say, your life in 2021, you guys are going to be surrounded with amazing people. Both existing friendships, existing connections, and new connections as well. But I think you are all part of one big soul family. In fact, you guys may actually be star seeds, or at the very least, you are a large soul group who are all incarnated on Earth at this time with a shared mission to make some positive impact in the world. And I see the people that you're going to be surrounded with are incredibly optimistic, very cheerful. They have a lot of energy and they're very healthy people. That's the word that's coming to my mind. So in this case, I'm really thinking of healthy as like a mentality. Like they have that mentality to take the best possible care of themselves. They have really good routines, they eat well, they sleep well, they exercise. And if you guys are already doing these things, this is going to be like a wonderful support group to keep you motivated. And if you're not so much into that, you might be influenced by these people around you to start on this health journey. So I see you guys really taking good care of yourselves. Your lifestyle in 2021 will involve things like skincare, meditation, keeping your house clean, getting enough sleep, eating healthy, being productive, journaling, making a schedule and getting everything done on that schedule. Like you guys are really going to be on top of your game, and all of the people surrounding you are going to be supportive to that. So that's why we have this support card here. And in the year 2021, like it's so funny. It's like anytime a problem or an inconvenience, no matter how big or small, comes up, there will be somebody who is like rushing in to help you. I definitely see that with these friends that will be in your life, and I've also seen it with your higher self. So because now you have such a strong relationship with your higher self, anytime you're faced with a dilemma or something is bothering you, you just ask your higher self to come in and make things easy, and they will. Your higher self will always come in to give you an immediate answer, and I'm actually specifically hearing your higher self says they will give you the answer in like 24 hours, 48 hours, really, really quickly. In the year 2021, you'll just find that solutions are coming to you so fast. And I'm also getting a message for you that you guys have earned it. Like, your higher self is saying you guys have struggled enough, you guys have suffered enough, and please take this easy and happy lifestyle. Don't feel guilty, don't feel like you're not deserving it. Say like, yes, this is mine, I worked for this, and I'm going to milk the shit out of this easy lifestyle. Just enjoy it to the fullest. Okay, so for your next oracle cards, this is going to be some guidance for you. Moonstone, that is very obvious. Moonstone is about your intuition, your psychic abilities. So really trust your intuition. I don't think I want to interpret this one that much because I'll probably just end up repeating myself a lot. It's very similar to the High Priestess, and the ruling planet or the ruling heavenly body of the High Priestess is the moon. As you can see, she has the moon here. So this is really just reminiscent of the High Priestess. And we also have raw morganite, and you guys have repeating numbers as well. There was one pile that had 1111 showing up in their crystal cards, and you guys have 1010 because we have 46, which adds up to 10, and 37, which adds up to 10. So 1010 might be the number that your higher self shows you to let you know that they're there, to let you know that you are very much in alignment with them and you're on the right path. It can also be any numbers that add up to 10. So maybe you see 28, 28, 37, 37, 46, 46, something like that. So raw morganite is a crystal that promotes union and it promotes harmony with others. It promotes this loving connection with everybody around you. And I think this goes really nicely with what we saw here with the optimism and support. And this raw morganite has been coming out a lot in readings that I've been doing recently. And it seems to have this message of, you know, be careful about isolating yourself. So I guess it's encouraging us to reach out more to our fellow souls on earth, reach out more to our friends and our loved ones, and feel the connection with them more. For you in general, I think this will have to do with support. I think you guys are being encouraged to ask for help more and to expect more help from your loved ones. You are not burdening them. They are happy to help you. They are happy to take time out of their day to support you. And you should trust your loved ones as well, that if it was ever too much, like if they didn't have time or they didn't have the energy, they would tell you. So you should trust them more. When they say they want to help you, when they say they want to be there for you, they really mean it. And don't be afraid to ask for that help. Now that I'm thinking about it, this 10 of Wands, this may be your higher self trying to teach you a lesson that you don't need to carry all of these burdens on your own. It seems like in this situation here, they took it to an extreme. So you could obviously see like how ridiculous it is to force yourself into these difficult circumstances when there really is no need for it. But that could be a major lesson for you guys in 2021. There is no need to suffer alone, and there is no need to take on all this responsibility on yourself and put yourself through all of these hardships just because you feel bad reaching out or you don't want to burden anyone. It's like, trust me, it's not a burden. And yes, like I said, if it was ever too much for anyone, they will tell you. But basically, there is an abundance of divine support and support on earth for you that is at your disposal, and your higher self just wants you to use it and to take it and not feel bad. Okay, so we've gotten to the final oracle cards of this reading, 3 tea leaf oracle cards. So this is just the regular tea leaf. This is going to be a general message. The astral house is going to show us the area of your life, and this is a month of the year. So we're going to see what a major highlight of your 2021 might be. Bird flying, news is on the way. So some good news you're receiving as a highlight of your year. Happiness. So happy news for sure, and symbolism of birds again. And March. So I think a major highlight for your 2021 is that you're going to receive some very, very happy news in the month of March. And maybe this happy news is going to be liberating or help you to broaden your horizons in some way with these birds flying. So I am so excited for you guys. It looks like you're going to have an amazing year. Thank you so much for letting me do this reading for you. I hope you have a wonderful rest of 2020 and a wonderful 2021 as well. Please take good care of yourself, stay healthy. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you feel like doing that, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye!